In the heart of Moscow, behind the towering Kremlin walls, Vladimir Putin believed he was invincible. Surrounded by a protective bubble, he thought himself safe from the chaos of war, far from the deadly reach of missiles. To him, conflicts were mere illusions, strategic moves played out on distant maps, far from his own reality. But everything changed on the night of December 29th. A thunderous rumble shattered the silence overhead over Valdy, distant yet unsettling. His once impervious fortress, the Novgorod state residence, faced an ominous threat, a sign that the war was bleeding into his own sanctuary. This attack was not just a strike against physical assets, it was a direct blow to Russia's core security doctrine. Sergei Lavrov announced to the world in trembling voice, the target wasn't just another military installation. It was the very window of the Russian leader's own bedroom. When examining its exact location, the terrifying truth strikes even harder. This place is hundreds of kilometers behind the front lines, considered Putin's safest hideaway, a place he calls his information cocoon. In military terms, this site was a red zone, a target far beyond reach, yet it had been attacked. This moment marks the horrifying reality: the conflict has entered a new, unrestrained phase. How could the most powerful leader in Russia's history be so exposed? How did Vladimir Putin, who championed the narrative of victory and control, find himself as a prisoner in his own fortress, trembling at shadows? To understand this attack, we must rewind, just 24 hours before the explosion. The Kremlin's chess game had just reached its most chaotic point, and irony struck with deadly precision. It all began on December 28, a day before the highly anticipated meeting between Zelensky and Trump. Putin appeared before cameras dressed in camouflage, a mocking smile on his face, issuing a hardline ultimatum to Ukraine. He claimed that whether Ukrainian forces withdrew from Donetsk no longer mattered, Russia's advancing ground forces rendered the issue irrelevant. His message was clear: we are stronger, our position unassailable, your moves are insignificant. Yet this bravado was a dangerous bluff. Just hours after those boastful words, reality clashed with his narrative. The world watched as Zelensky met Trump at the White House, celebrating a turning tide. Trump declared that talks between Russia and Ukraine were in their final stages, warming relations with Zelensky, while Moscow faced diplomatic isolation. The Kremlin's arrogance was unraveling. Then, with shocking suddenness, Sergei Lavrov announced what seemed impossible: an assassination attempt on Putin. According to Lavrov, Ukraine had launched an extensive drone attack on his private residence in Valdy, deep behind front lines, in the Novgorod region. He claimed that night, exactly 91 drones targeted the president's home, destroyed in midair. Lavrov framed this as a transition to open state terrorism by Kiev, a clear escalation. Yet, intriguingly, he added that Russia would not abandon negotiations. It was as if even Lavrov admitted their bluff was cracking. Meanwhile, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov added chaos to the mix. At the same moment, a report surfaced that Putin would soon meet Trump, but no plans existed for a meeting with Zelensky. Behind the scenes, fear was rising. Why would Kiev risk such a bold strike? The targeted residence isn't just a holiday retreat, it's one of Putin's strongest strategic hideouts, his so-called information cocoon. Located over 900 kilometers from Ukraine's borders, it's considered nearly untouchable. Yet, the recent use of long-range drone technology, like the innovative Luduk or Bobr kamikaze drones, has changed the rules. These drones can strike over 1,000 kilometers away, piercing through Russia's outdated air defenses, S-300, S-400, and Pantsir, systems that were once seen as impenetrable. If Lavrov's claims are true, that more than 90 drones hammered this remote sanctuary, it exposes a shocking truth: Russia's defenses are failing. The fortress meant to be impenetrable has a gaping breach. Despite Moscow's denials, the threat is clear: Ukraine's precision strikes now reach deep into the core of Russian territory. Kremlin officials and pro-war media lash out, warning of attacks on government buildings in Moscow itself. The truth is, Kiev's capabilities are growing. Their missiles and drones are now capable of striking even Putin's bed, right where he sleeps. The obvious question lingers: why does Moscow act as if negotiations are unnecessary? Is this an act of retreat, a game of psychological chess? Yet, Ukraine's growing strength suggests their hand is much longer than Russia anticipated. This attack isn't just about a drone strike, it's a window into the paranoia gripping Putin. If Valdi can be hit, where can he hide? The answer lies in secret underground vaults, some of the darkest places in modern Russia. Former insiders and investigative journalists reveal that Putin maintains identical, windowless offices across major cities, St. Petersburg, Sochi, Novo-Ogaryovo, and Moscow, designed to be indistinguishable. Why? So he can appear anywhere at any time, without revealing his true location. Sometimes he's in Sochi, sometimes Moscow, yet the public sees only illusion. This is a world where even his own ministers and generals may be misled, following false convoy routes or fake flights. Putin lives in a constant cocoon, fleeing not only enemies but also his own shadows. But beneath this illusion lies something far more alarming, the Black Sea Palace, a billion-dollar fortress carved into a cliffside, encompassing 190,000 square meters. It boasts its own church, casino, ice rink, and lounge. A secret underground city lies beneath, designed to withstand nuclear disaster, with fresh water sources, ventilation, fiber optic systems, and escape tunnels. This underground labyrinth is a fortress within a fortress, prepared to hide him from any threat, even the might of nuclear war. Reports suggest similar complexes in Yamantau, the Ural Mountains, and the metro system beneath Moscow, connected via tunnels reaching down hundreds of meters. The conspiracy deepens as documents reveal these tunnels link to strategic command centers, built with stolen billions. But recent drone attacks reveal a harsh truth, that even such extensive protection is vulnerable. If drones can reach Valdi, they can reach anywhere. Putin's underground sanctuaries may offer physical safety, but they cannot shield him from political isolation or the psychological trap. The war has gone beyond borders, entering his own mind. How long can a ruler survive when his fortress is no longer invincible? The answer lies in the shadows of his own making, an uncertain future where even the deepest hiding places may not be enough to escape the consequences of modern warfare. The Moscow powerhouse felt invincible, shielded from danger behind walls no enemy could breach. But everything changed in a heartbeat. On the night of December 29th, the world watched in stunned silence as chaos erupted over a quiet region centuries behind the front lines. An attack so audacious, it shattered the illusion of Putin's untouchable fortress. Darkness fell over the Black Sea coast, revealing vulnerabilities that sent shockwaves across the globe. Imagine the scene, a serene, secluded retreat in Valdi, nestled deep within thick pine woods. Suddenly, the night explodes with flashes of light, a relentless swarm of over 90 drones slicing through the sky like deadly wasps. They target what was believed to be impenetrable, Putin's secured refuge. The air vibrates with deafening explosions, metal tearing, and the sharp scent of burning fuel. How could this happen? How could one of the world's most fortified hideouts be exposed so easily? The answer is terrifying. The defenses designed to protect the leader have failed spectacularly, proving that in modern warfare, no fortress is safe. This attack wasn't just a show of military force. It was an act of symbolic destruction, a direct assault on Russia's core security doctrine. If even Putin's most sacred sanctuary can be hit, what else is vulnerable? And the consequences are staggering. The question hangs in the air, has the war truly entered a new, uncontrolled phase? The following day, Kremlin officials scrambled to spin the ordeal. Sergei Lavrov, the foreign minister, delivered a jaw-dropping claim: Ukraine had staged a massive drone attack attempting to assassinate Putin himself. He detailed how the attack involved 91 drones, flown in hundreds of kilometers behind the front lines, aiming for Putin's private residence. According to Lavrov, this was not a simple strike, it was a leap into full-scale terrorism. He warned that Moscow might reconsider its stance on peace talks. Yet, even as the world held its breath, Lavrov added that negotiations would continue, hinting at internal panic behind Kremlin walls. Meanwhile, the panic deepened as Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov revealed a bizarre detail: while Putin's residence was under attack, officials still planned to meet Trump soon. Their foreign policy chaos was on full display, shouting that the attack proved Moscow's vulnerability, yet still clinging to diplomatic appearances. The message was clear: Russia's invincibility was a fragile illusion, shattered by a few hundred kilograms of explosive metal. At the heart of this chaos is Putin's infamous retreat, Valdi, a secret haven far from prying eyes. How could such a critical target be so vulnerable? What secrets are hidden behind the high walls and reinforced tunnels? This complex network of protective corridors, built with billions, was supposed to keep him safe from any threat. Yet, the drones found their way past defenses designed to repel aircraft like the Yak-38 or Yak-141, exposing gaping security flaws. Insiders warn that Putin measures safety through countless underground bunkers, escape tunnels, and hidden command centers. But if a swarm of drones can penetrate these defenses, what hope does he truly have? Beyond Valdai, the story grows darker. Revelations from former insiders paint a disturbing picture. Putin's underground empire stretches across the galaxy of Russia's most secret locations. Under the Black Sea, a palace covers 190,000 square meters, equipped with its own church, casino, and ice rink. Rumors speak of an underground city carved 50 meters into the cliffs designed to survive nuclear war. Underground tunnels, deep beneath Moscow and the Ural Mountains, connect strategic command centers with fortified shelters. How much money has been stolen from common citizens to build these fortresses? How much longer can a leader hide behind concrete walls and secret tunnels before the world's new warfare reality catches him? Because technology evolves, so do the threats. Drones like MQ-9 Reapers and advanced kamikaze vehicles now fly longer, strike harder, and penetrate defenses once thought impenetrable. If a small swarm can hit Putin's palace, what other secrets do underground bunkers conceal? The tunnels meant to shield him from external threats are increasingly rendered useless in a landscape where unmanned aerial vehicles rule the skies. The game has shifted. Walls and tunnels no longer guarantee safety, only a fleeting illusion. The question remains, how long can a leader live inside an underground fortress while the world changes around him? As modern war reaches the gates of even the most secretive strongholds, the line between safety and catastrophe blurs. The war is no longer fought only with weapons or missiles, it's fought with silence, shadows, and the relentless sky. Putin's empire of underground sanctuaries may buy him time, but it's undeniable, the world has entered a new era, and no fortress is truly safe anymore. In recent days, global security has trembled at the shocking news from inside Russia. A daring drone attack targeted Vladimir Putin's most secure retreat, a location thought to be beyond reach. Surprisingly, over 90 of these advanced assault drones managed to breach Russia's strongest defenses, revealing dangerous cracks in their seemingly unbreakable shield. The Russian foreign minister declared that Ukraine's actions represent a dangerous shift toward state-sponsored terrorism. He warned that Moscow might reconsider peace negotiations, yet, astonishingly, he added they would continue talks despite the attack. Does this mean Kremlin leaders are realizing their fortress isn't as invulnerable as they claimed? Or is it just another game of bluff and bravado? The situation teeters on the edge, exposing the fragile facade of Russian security. Meanwhile, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov created chaos with contradictory statements. As Putin's residence was under attack, he confidently announced an imminent meeting with Donald Trump, but insisted there were no plans to meet Zelensky. The message was clear: while trying to appear calm, Moscow's diplomatic panic was unmistakable. They screamed their denial publicly, yet privately, fears grew. Could this be a sign of Moscow's diminishing control? Or is it just a temporary illusion of strength? Why is this Novgorod estate so vital? Hidden deep in the woods, it isn't just a luxurious hideaway, it's a fortress. Known as the information cocoon, it serves as one of Putin's most guarded safe zones, nearly 900 kilometers from Ukraine's border. Yet, the advent of long-range drones, like the Lyadi or Bober kamikaze, has shattered that illusion. If these drones, capable of striking 1,000 kilometers away, hit such a secure target, what does that say about Russia's defenses? How did they let such advanced technology breach their most sacred ground? The reality is alarming. Russia's air defense systems, S-300, S-400, Pantsir, are designed to protect critical sites. But the attack suggests they are ineffective in inland areas. Some experts believe Putin's residence should be shielded by no fewer than a dozen anti-aircraft systems. Yet, the drones arrived unchallenged, penetrating deep inside their supposed security bubble. The question lingers: what other secrets are hiding behind Russia's high walls? As shockwaves ripple through the geopolitical landscape, the question echoes louder than ever: Could Ukraine's new military tactics finally dismantle Russia's hidden empire of security? If these drones can reach the heart of Putin's sanctuary, what's next? How long can a leader remain in a bubble of false invincibility, when silent enemies strike from the skies? The game has changed. Now, the most protected place on Earth might be only minutes away from complete exposure. And with each passing moment, it becomes clearer, no fortress is truly safe anymore. Last night, the impossible happened. Yet another drone attack shattered the illusion of safety. Even Putin's fortified sanctuary, hidden in the remote forests of Valdy, was not invulnerable. Over 90 stealthy combat drones bypassed Moscow's defenses, inching perilously close to the leader's most private refuge. How did this happen? How can modern warfare breach the supposedly impenetrable security of Russia's most protected sites? The answer lies in the glaring gaps within Moscow's defense network. Despite claims of advanced missile shields, the attack proved the system's fragility. Even with at least 12 powerful air defense systems supposed to guard Putin's residence, the drones got through. How could a fortress with so much firepower be so easily penetrated? The air grew thick with silence and tension as the world watched this startling breach. Somewhere, in the shadows of shadows, a question trembles: if the drones can reach his secret hideaway, where else can he be vulnerable? While Kyiv officially denied launching this strike, assertions from Ukrainian officials suggest the contrary. They claim their long-range drones have the precision and reach to strike anywhere, even beneath Putin's pillow. The Kremlin's narrative? Moscow acts as if negotiations are unnecessary, as if crushing the enemy is the only goal. But beneath the bluster lies desperation. Since when does a leader retreat into fortress walls, cutting himself off from the outside world? The truth is more complex. Kyiv's strategic moves have unexpectedly extended beyond expectations. Their reach now extends deep into the heart of Moscow itself. Is this a sign of a crumbling empire? Or merely the beginning of a new, more dangerous chapter? But the deeper reality is even darker. If Valdy, the supposed safe zone, can be hit, then where can Putin truly hide? The answer unveils a shocking secret: Putin's empire of shelters, a clandestine labyrinth of underground fortresses scattered across Russia. Whistleblowers and former insiders reveal that the president's safe rooms are identical clones. From St. Petersburg to Sochi, Novo-Ogaryovo to Moscow, each is a mirror. The purpose? To maintain full control of his movements. When Putin appears on camera, no one, not even his closest ministers, knows his real location. This covert ghost protocol allows him to operate from anywhere and nowhere at once. Gleb Karakulov, a former federal protection agent turned whistleblower, exposes the terrifying truth. Behind these faceless offices are state-of-the-art facilities designed to fool enemies. These spaces have no windows, no identifiable features, just duplicate furniture and identical setups. When Putin visits Sochi, intelligence agencies think he's in Moscow, thanks to fake convoys and hollow aircraft. His commands are issued from these hidden bases, cloaked in layers of deception. But even these measures are not invincible. Beneath the Black Sea coast, an even more formidable shelter exists. The Gelendzhik Palace, a colossal fortress carved into the cliffs, spans over 190,000 square meters. It boasts its own church, ice rink, casino, and lounge. Beneath this billion-dollar palace lies a vast underground city, capable of surviving nuclear conflict. Food, fresh water, ventilation, every element carefully crafted for survival. For Putin, this is more than a refuge, it is a fortress of paranoia. Where will he hide when even the deepest tunnels prove vulnerable? Across the Ural Mountains, in the depths of Yamantau, and beneath the Metro 2 tunnels stretching under Moscow, similar underground worlds await. These tunnels reach down hundreds of meters, linking strategic command centers and protecting the elite. Billions stolen from the Russian people fund these underground high-security zones. Yet, recent drone strikes reveal that even these seemingly impregnable complexes might not be enough. Modern warfare has turned the battlefield into a village at your doorstep. No underground fortress can guarantee safety anymore. So, how long can a man who hides behind layers of concrete, tunnels, and illusions truly last? If a drone can crack his strongest defenses, what's left? Is this the dawn of a new era, where even rulers of mighty empires can be brought to their knees? Or is it just the opening act in a dangerous game with no clear end? With each new strike, the walls close in. Can Putin outrun the future, or is he already trapped in a deadly, unavoidable corner? In the depths of Moscow, beneath the public eye and guarded by layers of secrecy, lies a labyrinth of underground shelters, fortresses designed to preserve the rest of the regime at any cost. These tunnels, some plummeting 200 meters below the surface, connect the Kremlin's nerve centers to hidden command posts, crafted with staggering billions stolen from the nation's wealth. Yet, recent events suggest that even these massive tunnel networks are no longer enough. Imagine the fear that must ripple through the shadows, an invisible enemy capable of striking over 1,000 kilometers away. Drone technology has evolved relentlessly, rendering traditional defenses obsolete. War is no longer a distant threat, it is knocking on the very doors of Putin's sanctuaries. Underground tunnels may shield the body, but how do they protect the mind? How long can a leader cling to power behind fortified walls while chaos encircles him, closer than ever? Is this fortress truly escape-proof, or is it merely delaying the inevitable? The nightmare becomes even darker when considering Putin's own history. The Russian leader, more than most, understands peril firsthand. Over the years, he has survived at least 43 assassination attempts, plots from all corners, from Azerbaijan's covert bombings to British police raids, and explosives hidden along Moscow's highways. Not a thriller, but the stark reality of his turbulent life. This constant threat has pushed him into building a security apparatus larger than any before, a vigilant army of 50,000 guards, each as deadly as they are loyal. Within this elite guard, rumors swirl of musketeers, multilingual warriors, walking arsenals, ready to strike at any sign of treachery. Their black leather cases are not mere briefcases, they are shields, bulletproof and toxin-proof, equipped with every possible safeguard. These men and their gadgets symbolize the extent of Vladimir Putin's paranoia, an all-consuming fear that one day, his fortress may crumble. But what if the danger goes beyond the physical walls? What if the real threat lies in the shadows, the unseen cracks in his carefully constructed empire? With each new attack, even the deepest underground hideouts lose their meaning. The war's new face isn't just on distant front lines, it's infiltrating the heart of his sanctuary. The question remains, can he stay underground forever, or is his survival a fragile illusion, teetering on the edge of collapse? In a world obsessed with control and secrecy, leaders like Putin surround themselves with an armor of lies and defenses. They trust technology, guards, and underground fortresses. Yet, beneath the layers of security, a new threat emerged, revealing how fragile even the most carefully built defenses truly are. Could a tiny, deadly drone breach the impenetrable shield of a modern tyrant? Recent revelations suggest Putin relies on tasters who scrutinize every morsel and sip. It's reminiscent of medieval kings, yet threats today are different. The danger isn't just from enemies outside, now, betrayal brews within. Rumors swirl of plots to poison him, slipped into his food or drink. Some claims speak of a covert scheme by influential oligarchs and military insiders to taint his judicial uniform with Novichok, the world's deadliest nerve agent. Was it an attempt to silence or remove him? No one knows. What's clear is that the Kremlin is gripped with paranoia. Instances of strange fires and suspicious deaths fuel these fears. On March 29, a vehicle linked to Putin caught fire, initially thought to be his, then denied. Such incidents hint at a web of intrigue, distrust, and covert assassinations. Putin's security apparatus, reinforced by elite guards and underground bunkers, may seem formidable. Yet, the recent drone attack over Valdy exposed startling vulnerabilities. Even with layers of fortifications, there's a gnawing realization, no fortress is truly safe from modern warfare's reach. Layered with fears of betrayal and a constant feeling of vulnerability, Putin's paranoia deepens. His elite body doubles. Underground tunnels, and million-dollar palaces, none can shield him from the psychological weight of the threat. The attack was not just physical, it cracked the myth of invincibility that the Kremlin has maintained for decades. Now, every night, the shadows whisper of possible infiltration, of unseen enemies lurking in every corner. If even the leader's remote retreat can be compromised, what does that say about the true strength of his empire? The question remains, how much longer can a ruler hide behind concrete walls and camouflage? If a simple drone can reach his secluded residence, what other secrets lie behind the deep tunnels and fortified palaces? When the foundation of power begins to shake, the entire kingdom risks collapse. Even the most fortified underground complexes face the terrifying reality: the nature of modern warfare has turned even the most impregnable strongholds into sitting targets. The real question is, how long can paranoia and underground fortresses shield the truth? Or will these invisible walls finally crumble under the weight of truth and technology? The day after Putin issued a stern warning, demanding Ukraine's surrender, he felt the chilling presence of war right at his bedroom window. Could this be the nightmare realization he's been avoiding? The billion-dollar underground bunkers, the 50,000-member protection army, and even poison tasters may keep him physically safe. But they can't shield him from the relentless march toward his political downfall. The war he's ignited has now come full circle, poised to strike back at his most private sanctuary, his fortress of illusions. The Kremlin's lights went out that night, shedding light on a doubt even the strongest defenses can't dispel. His future remains uncertain. There is no longer a safe refuge for Putin, no fortress impenetrable enough to escape the growing chaos. As the conflict rages, the sense of paranoia deepens. The Ukrainian military considers even the president himself a target. If peace talks stall, will there be another covert attempt to eliminate him, this time in a different hideaway? One thing is clear: as long as he pursues this reckless path, his fear will endure. Neither the cold, concrete walls nor the underground palaces can truly protect him from the unstoppable forces closing in. So, what do you believe? Is this the end of his era, or just the beginning of a deeper nightmare? The nightmare that even his strongest systems can't escape. The game is far from over. Even his own security teams pretend to mislead the world. Empty convoys are dispatched to airports, fake planes take off in another direction. It's all part of an elaborate ghost protocol, an illusion of movement and presence. Putin lives in a constant bubble of misinformation, constantly fleeing his shadows, hiding from threats that could strike at any moment. Gleb Karakulov, a former protector of Putin's secrets, revealed shocking truths: his obsession with security is relentless. The leader doesn't just hide physically, he lives in a fortified world designed to deceive anyone who dares to chase him. Beneath the iconic Gelendzhik Palace on the Black Sea coast lies an unimaginable secret. Perched on a cliff overlooking the turbulent waters, the palace spans 190,000 square meters. It boasts its own church, ice rink, casino, and lounge. Yet, the real terror lies underground. Carved 50 meters into the sea-facing cliffs, a vast underground city waits, built to survive nuclear war. Sources say this isn't just a subterranean vault. Inside, freshwater reservoirs, complex ventilation systems, fiber optic networks, and escape tunnels connect seamlessly to the surface. Behind reinforced 15-inch concrete walls, Putin and his inner circle could live in total isolation for weeks, even months. This extensive system reveals one truth: the leader fears assassination, attack, and exposure. But Gelendzhik isn't alone. Similar shelters exist in Yamantau, deep in the Ural Mountains, in the underground Metro 2 line beneath Moscow, and hidden in remote Altai Mountains. Media leaks, confirmed by Ukraine's Kap Pravda, expose tunneling beneath the Kremlin, plunging down 200 meters into strategic command bunkers. Billions of rubles, ill-gotten, have been poured into these fortified hideouts. Yet, recent events in Valdai prove even these monumental defenses are no longer invulnerable. The drone attack, capable of breaching the deepest underground sanctuaries, signals a terrifying reality: modern warfare has shattered the illusion of invincibility. If such advanced drone technology can reach the heart of Putin's fortress, where can he hide now? How many layers of concrete, steel, or underground tunnels can truly shield him from the relentless march of innovation? The truth cuts deeper: these underground havens can protect physically, but can they keep him safe from the shifting tides of political power and global danger? As the world edges closer to chaos, the question remains: will Putin's fortress stand as a symbol of strength, or become his ultimate trap? In recent times, even his most trusted security teams go to extraordinary lengths to mask his whereabouts. Empty convoys roll out to airports, only for fake planes to take off in a different direction. It's all part of what's called a ghost protocol, an elaborate illusion of movement designed to deceive anyone tracking him. Putin lives in a sealed bubble, constantly fleeing shadows, always afraid of threats that can strike at any moment. One former protector, Gleb Karakulov, revealed startling truths: Putin's obsession with security borders on fanaticism. He doesn't just hide physically, he's trapped inside a fortress of deception, meticulously arranged to keep him safe from enemies and prying eyes. Beneath the iconic Gelendzhik Palace on the Black Sea, a secret lies hidden. Sitting atop a steep cliff overlooking turbulent waters, this palace is vast, spanning over 190,000 square meters. It's no ordinary estate. It features a private church, an ice rink, a casino, even a lounge. But the real story is underground. Carved 50 meters into the sea-facing cliffs, a sprawling underground city awaits. Designed to endure nuclear strikes, it's a true fortress beneath the surface. Sources say this isn't just a bunker. Inside, there are reservoirs of fresh water, complex ventilation systems, fiber optic networks, and tunnels leading to escape routes. Behind reinforced 15-inch concrete walls, Putin and his inner circle could live in total seclusion for weeks, months if needed. This colossal underground complex speaks a chilling truth: the leader fears assassination, strikes, and exposure more than anything. Yet Gelendzhik isn't alone. Similar shelters exist across Russia. There's Yamantau deep in the Ural Mountains, tunnels beneath Moscow in the infamous Metro 2 line, and hidden bunkers in the remote Altai regions. Leaks confirmed by Ukrainian sources reveal tunnels beneath the Kremlin plunging down 200 meters, connecting it to strategic command centers. Billions of rubles, stolen from the Russian people, have sunk into these hidden fortresses. But recent events in Valdai shattered the illusion of invincibility. A drone attack, capable of penetrating even the deepest underground defenses, proved that modern warfare has turned the tide. No fortress is truly secure anymore. If drones can reach the core of Putin's safe zones, where can he hide now? How many miles of concrete, steel, or tunnels will suffice? The harsh reality is that these underground refuges might protect him physically, but they cannot shield him from political chaos or the winds of change blowing from abroad. As the world edges closer to turmoil, the question becomes clear: will Putin's sanctuary stand firm as a symbol of power, or become his ultimate trap? This story reveals a leader's fragile fortress, hidden beneath layers of deception, yet vulnerable to the relentless advance of technology and modern warfare. The question remains: how long can an illusion of safety hold in a world where shadows and drones can strike without warning?